not realize the time was going that fast. But
Wait, do you want me to make a short vid?
I'm gonna just allow somebody else to come on. Hello everyone, how you doing on today? I didn't really understand that old English. Blessing to you, Destiny. How are you doing? Welcome back to another live video, everyone. I don't know, my background's a bit loud. I'm trying to turn down the TV. Yeah. Hello. Hi, Tijana. Tijan. I hope I'm saying it right. How's everyone doing today? As you can see by today's word, the father says sudden engagement. So don't act like y'all not hear what your father's saying. You probably don't even know anyone right now. You're probably not even looking for no one, but you're open. Heavenly Father, we give you the glory, the honor, the praise. We ask that you go ahead of us today. Open our hearts to hear you and to receive this revelation and to know you more in realms, dimension, outer dimension. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Blessing to you, Bethany. Hello. I'm hearing the Lord say, I want them to know that I am doing it suddenly from a place of love. Are you hearing like a bunch of noise? Okay. All right. I just turned that down. Okay. All right. All right, Lord. What are you saying?
Should I invite?
He's saying, I'm doing it for them suddenly from a place of love as a dad. All right. I don't want my daughters to settle. You don't have to settle. If I highlighted someone to you and they're not living up to the standard that you desire, you never have to settle. There's always another candidate. All right. And he's highlighting witchcraft. What about witchcraft?
Mom, can I have?
He's saying there's a realm called witchcraft, but it's not an immature realm. And I'm gonna explain what he means. Please give me a second. How can I help you, say? All right, so he's saying, like, you know how you can have your beauty and it can be used as witchcraft, like, because you know you're beautiful, you're gonna dress extra beautiful and sexy, and you're gonna walk by somebody's husband so you can get their attention. That's a form of witchcraft. That's bad witchcraft. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, so that's bad witchcraft. Like, you could use your beauty, you could use your femininity as a form of witchcraft. but he's saying he's gonna be in the woman and in the man ears for you. So it's a realm of witchcraft. Some of y'all call it, I don't know what y'all call it, but it's not in a bad way. And I'm not talking about witchcraft where you're working witchcraft and people husband and stuff. No. So in dimension, there's a realm of witchcraft where God can be telling the man or the woman good things about you. He's highlighting why they should marry you, why you should be open, why you should take a next step and all that. Even though he's doing this, as you, if you get married to the person and stuff and you're growing together, the person can become mature, the person can have new desire, the person can change and all that. But that's where you come in as a wife and as a mature adult. You're going to use the word, you're going to use good judgment, and you're going to be led by the Spirit, right? So there's some connection already happening. All right. And this is something the Lord was telling me to do. Like, there are a lot of women on my ministry page, and then there's guys who's always saying, oh, I'm looking for a wife, a wife, a wife. So if you're looking to connect with somebody online that's on here, maybe it's a guy or a girl, and you're interested in connecting with each other, you just shoot me an email and I'll do the introduction for you. All right. And again, there's one person the Lord already highlighted to me. He's a single male and he's open for marriage. He's God's son, and if you're God's daughter, he wants you to be open. Again, if you're ready and mature, then he can say, Queen-Esther, give her this person number or whatever. He's not saying it's gonna be, oh, I do, but he wants you to vet the person. And if he's telling you yes and him yes, why not go ahead? Now, some of you are literally settling in the realm of dating, okay? Today I was listening to a song, and the girl was saying, her name Shensia was saying that she basically is dating two person at a time. But when I was reading the comments, a lot of people got the wrong idea or wrong revelation from the song, because that's literally what the Lord was telling me. Like, if you're open to marriage or just dating to vet candidates, if you're just focused on one person, you're not gonna be able to see if you're settling or not. Because think about it. I'm not telling you to go date two-person or vet two-person. All right. So it should start with around 5 candidates. If you don't have 5 candidates, that's okay. It's easy to narrow down 5 candidates to 4 candidates. It's easier to narrow down 4 candidates to 3 candidates. It's easier to narrow down 3 candidates to 2 candidates. When you're down to 2 candidates, that's where you're gonna know if you're settling or if this is what you really want. Now you see, you're doing this with intention. You're not just wasting people time going around playing games. You see the difference? So
Turn the TV up.
a little bit. So it's not like they wasn't getting what she was saying. She was saying in the song that she's weighing her options. She wanted to see which one was the best option for her. So some of you are oh, 9. Some of you are stuck in your old mindset of dating and relationship. You just been chasing this one person. You haven't opened your heart to anyone else. And I tell you this all the time. Every time I talk about this millionaire saga business, don't just settle in a marriage because the person might be wealthy, they love your children. You need balance in every single realm. Okay. I don't know why I keep just listen to God. All right. I'm gonna show you something. If there's a person who you think you can change, you cannot change them. Only God can do that. And sometimes God is not going to do that because maybe you and the person just don't get along and they get along with somebody else. Like this whole millionaire saga thing that I'm always talking about. No matter how mature I am and even open to some things that the person is open to that I wasn't, they always go back to their immature ways that I really don't like. Okay? So are you willing to give up your peace and settle for something just because the person is mature in one realm? Like, there's a lot of different realms with maturity and marriage and dating. So you're gonna have to want to know, what are my what is it called, Lord? What are my deal breakers? What are my deal breakers? Okay. What are my deal breakers? My deal breaker is I don't like immature. man, like
Scatter.
you constantly
Combo.
argue and complain about the same thing, and you're lying on top of that. I don't like it. I don't like disrespectful men. Like, those are some deal breakers, okay? You need to have balance in everything. For me, I'm not saying, again, maybe there's a ream you're struggling with. Maybe you're not the most organized person. That I can work with that. If you have like stature in all the other reams, don't worry, I'll organize the house for you. I love you that much to organize the house for you. And when I'm done praying, God gonna have to make you become organized. Cause yeah, honestly, I walk and clean for no reason, so I'm probably not even gonna realize that you're unorganized. That's okay. Maybe then it was a deal breaker. I don't like people who use things and never put it back. Okay? So it might seem like a little small thing, but it can become a big issue in a marriage. So don't overlook the little small things when you're vetting these people. Okay? Is this person constantly late? Never keep their promises? Like that's vetting. Like that's what he means by weighing your option, vetting two-person at a time. This person and this person said they're gonna take me out. One of them changed their mind. They came up with some excuse. The other person, see, good thing I was vetting two-person. He's open and ready to take me on a date. Every time you're supposed to do something with the first person, is always an excuse, always an issue coming up. So if it's more than 3 times, then you know when you become married to this person, it's probably gonna be the same. But you shouldn't even be married in this person if that's something that's a deal breaker for you. But because you was open to somebody else, you realize that this person is more mature for you. They have time for you. They're making things, It's not just about allotment and all these things. What are you talking about, allotment? Right. Okay, yeah. He's highlighting some of these men are mature, but they're not mature intellectually with conversation. Man, I remember the person repeat the same thing over and over, over and over and over and over and over, even though the person said, I'm gonna forget about the past. Like, I don't like those immature things. You're trying to go past things, and some of you are in the O with your exes. Well, they're not your ex yet, but they should have been your ex. But how we talk about sudden engagement and we're here? Because God is trying to teach y'all to not settle. All right, don't settle because a man has money. Now, there's some of you who are settling with a man, with a boy. He doesn't have money, but he doesn't have anything else. Do you understand what I'm saying? So don't think I cannot start out with somebody that's mature. He might not be financially stable as he desire, but he can pay my bills and all that. No, notice I'm not saying he will get a job and be able to. If you're a woman and you're taking up men and living with them and being wife to them and they can't pay your bills, then you need to go talk to God about that one. What's the number one role of a man? To provide and to protect. The man that you're chasing down, the man that you say you're waiting for in your own strength or because you think he's your husband, can he do these things? Again, God is the one who provides for them to do these things. But some of you are hard-headed, dragging your legs because you think that he can change or she will change and things as that sort. I don't know about you, but I've been watching a lot of things lately and I've been noticing that women are open to men that are financially secure. Not just that, because a lot of men usually have other characters. They can be a man, they know how to do stuff in the bedroom. It's not all of them know how to be a dad and children and all that, but women always highlight that they need a man that can pay their bills and take care of them. And the Lord was like, it's in your nature. That's how I create you. God created woman for man and man to be the head over the woman. So some of you think that some women are gold diggers because they say they want a man who makes 6 figures. Again, you can have a man who makes 6 figures and have poor character. And this is where balance comes in. I can't tell you how many millionaires I meet with poor character. Actually, I'm just going to say one of them has terrible character. Okay, not in every realm. Okay, you have to use good judgment with what I'm saying here. It's better to marry a husband who has character, good judgment, and has his finances together than just marrying a man who is broke and don't even have his finances together. So here's the two options now. Do you rather marry a man who has his finances together but he needs to work on his character? Or would you rather marry a man who has excellent character but he doesn't really care about his finances? He can't even pay your bills. Now this is where you're gonna use good judgment, because I don't want none of them. They need balance in some way. But if you have to choose, which one are you gonna choose? Because character can't pay your bills. But then you have God who provides for you and all of that. So that's some dimension you would have to go in with God. I can't tell you no answer. I can't make that decision for you. All right? But most likely I want the one with balance. And that's what we're highlighting, balance. Okay? Stop thinking that the person in front of you could never ever be your husband, because you're overlooking them because you're focusing on the wrong things. What is God highlighting to you about somebody that you might be dating, or just a friend, somebody you're overlooking? Okay? So God can also highlight the things that you desire. Sometimes you can want something and it's not good for you. God shows me that many times. Sometimes you can want something and it's not the best thing for you. And then God can bring you your desire, and he can also tell you that this is what you desire, this is what you need, this is what's best for you, okay? So for marriage, I was watching and the guy was saying his marriages are business. He doesn't just choose, hold on. He doesn't just choose his woman for beauty or anything. They yet still they're beautiful. They are, his marriages are business. So he has two wives. Y'all probably watch him on YouTube all the time. I totally forgot. I don't even think I know his name. But he is the guy, and he has a wife with a little three dots in her forehead, and they're always on Instagram talking about your husband's supposed to buy you houses and all that. I'm sure in agreement with that. I don't know what their marriage is like and all that, but he was highlighting the business aspect. He was highlighting the business aspect of the marriage. And I'm like, this is very interesting. But they was asking him, how do you even do this thing? Because, in the Bible, he obviously, if you're a Christian, you're supposed to have one wife, right? So I'm assuming they're probably Muslim or something. I don't know. I'm assuming to have two wives. But I never see the other wife before in my life. But the one who is always with an Instagram, that's the one I thought he was only one wife. He only had one wife. But then a lot of people are dragging her because they're saying, you say all these things about your man and all that, but your man have another wife. But everybody is saying she doesn't care because she's secure. So what is your wife for marriage? Because marriage is also for breaking bloodline curses and building wealth. But that doesn't mean you have to settle for a man with two wives or more than one wife. As a Christian, I don't see in the New Testament, the Bible says you're supposed to have, husband's supposed to have one wife, or a woman's supposed to have one husband. All right? So y'all can come for me who want to have two, three husband or wives. That not in the Bible. But in the olden days, Moses and all those people have two wives. Talking about the New Testament. Lord, if I'm wrong, correct me here. Am I wrong? He's saying it's there for a reason. Why?
Where is Star?
Don't worry, the color's still good.
All right, he's saying a woman's supposed to have one husband, and there's a lot of reasons why, and we're going to talk about that another day. All right, so stay tuned for that one. He's saying, how many times you say you cannot share your husband? A lot of times. I don't know about you, I ain't sharing my husband, okay? One, jealousy. Not in a bad way. No. Why aren't you satisfied with me as a wife? Why do you need two wives? Do you understand me? There's many debates on this thing. So if I start, it's going to go on and on. Now tell me what you think on why your husband should be able to have another wife. Like, why if you're gonna marry me, am I not enough? Of course I'm not perfect, and God not gonna make me perfect. And this is where you come in, where I probably lack, you can be my balance. Or whatever I lack, you pray to God and God work on my heart. Do you understand me? All right. And then there's family. Okay. Okay.
Eat my explosives.
He's saying you can invite another family into your home, but there's boundaries. It doesn't mean that she's your wife or your woman. It's just family. Do you understand? Like, I have other family that I would go to their house and stuff. They're just family. That doesn't mean I'm her husband, woman. You see the difference here? Yeah. He said, if you have two husbands, how would that be for you as a woman? I don't want no two
I'm
husbands.
gonna not crash.
No, men always want two wives because they think their wife lack in some area, and then the other woman can make up for that. So, and that's where grace comes in. Okay, I'm not saying grace to have another wife. That's where grace come in, to love your woman unconditionally unto God, even though she's not perfect. I'm gonna give her grace for this and grace for that. And then there's men fed up of their woman being immature, and sometimes y'all force them to step out. They don't want to lose you or their family, and then they cheat behind your back. I know men. Actually, I have a friend that was okay with his wife having another younger person that she was with, because he loved his family that much, but she didn't do that. She still went ahead and got a divorce. So there's things men willing to settle for their family. Men are big on family. Some women can be heartless, like, you get me?
Health.
I don't want no two husbands. Wait a minute, but I'm laughing.
Hey!
Listen, I don't know if y'all see this video going around. I don't even know how I reach here. I came on here talking about sudden engagement. I don't know if y'all see this woman video all over Facebook where she has two husbands. Actually, she have a husband. They're married. And then there's this other guy in the picture now, this new guy that she's supposed to get married to. And then she's thinking about bringing in a third husband. And I'm looking like, what? But it's weird that when woman does it, people have so much different opinion versus when a man does it. Again, I don't care about people and their personal life, but I'm just gonna go by the word. It says you need to have one husband or one wife. But those relationship definitely give me a new perspective on certain things, and I'm like, I have no idea why I would allow my wife to get another husband. What is it? But she's highlighting, with this person I can have this with this person and this with this person, and then with this next person I can have this and this. Like, think about if everybody have that same mindset. Like, this is why you're gonna have to learn to be content with the wife or the husband that you choose. Okay, they are not gonna be perfect in everything, but there's some things you're not gonna settle for. If you just want to, I want this person because we can have fun together, he's funny, he understand my side when it comes to funny things and maturity, and then I want him, I married this guy because he's very good with me with my business. Quiet. On the business side, he's always there with me, we get along, he understand the business side. But then I love this guy in the bedroom because he understand my desires and my dimension of freaky stuff, and like, you would end up with 10 different men. Do you understand me? And this is why God should be your first love and husband, Jesus, because he give you all of that personality that you really and truly desire. Now, we was talking about sudden engagement. God is going to move some people hard to reach out to you, okay? Some people who you haven't even heard from in a long time, but you know they were mature, but you probably wasn't mature, or it was just not the perfect timing. All right, this doesn't mean you're going to have to marry the person, but he's bringing you new candidates, and he wants you to have a new perspective about the person, regarding the person. You never have to settle for some of your desire, all right? And sometimes you think something is good for you or this is what you want, but it's not the best thing for you, okay? And God does that with me a lot of times. All right, so I remember one season in my life, God's highlighted somebody to me, and I'm like, okay. I mean, honestly, I wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't looking at the person or thinking about attraction or anything because it was just so sudden, right? And I did talk with the person, okay, and the person was very mature. Again, honestly, sometimes you need to overlook the visual. Okay, maybe when you see them again, you'll be attracted to them, or you will see them again a different time. I don't know, but you can be beautiful and handsome and muscular, and then me and you have a conversation, and I'm just not attracted to you. Like, it's not just about your beauty. It's not just about what's in your pocket, your finances. If you can have mature conversation with me and be mature with your response, then you turn me off. Like, okay, you get me? We could just be friends and that's it. But if you never actually give the person a chance to show you that side of them that God been highlighting to you, how are you going to know what you're missing out? How are you going to know if the person is a fit? I tell you, you cannot be physical attracted to someone, right? And they are just a friend. And the more you talk to them, and you see how mature they are, your heart start opening up, like, oh wow, your posture changes towards the person. This is somebody that I can actually go on a date with. And then the person probably like showing you hint that they like you, but those days you're like, oh no, that's just a friend, I'm not attracted to him. And then you get really intimate with the person, not physical, not sexual intimacy, like you have this friendship intimacy. They understand you, they sit down, they listen to you. You know, you have friendship is very important. That some of you just need to get some new friends that are guys, and sometimes it can blossom into something beautiful that you're not even looking for. Stop overlooking the mature adults in your life. Stop thinking the person is too old and they could never be my husband. Age is just a number in the kingdom, and age also come with maturity. So you want to be vetting with God, you want to be vetting with the Holy Spirit, okay? Sometimes, oh, yes, Lord, this is something God is highlighted to me. So, you know, you've been in your single season for a very long time, and then you meet somebody and you're still acting single. This is why he's saying, even in your single season, you have to have the mindset as a wife if you're open to that now. So I'm single, but I'm a wife. Now, I remember when God used to tell me, Queen-Esther, you need to make time in the day to talk to your husband and all that. This is before I even seen a husband in front of me. Well, like this was like he was saying to make your schedule. You want you to start living your life as if you're married and have a husband and a wife. I'm like, what? Then I'm like, yeah, all right, fine. Now, when I had candidates, I was like in the single mindset. I know how to be a wife, and I am a wife. But the talking to someone else, you have to adjust to that slowly. Now, hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're not a wife. I'm a wife. I know how to be a wife. But when it becomes tangible, you're going to have to catch up. Oh my gosh, like, oh my gosh. I am dating somebody and I'm interested in somebody. Oh my gosh, I need to call them. And you will go the whole day in your single mindset, forgetting that this person exists. And this is where you're going to give yourself grace, and you're going to give the person grace, especially if they are single. Now, I met some people before, right? And I met some people before, and the person said to me, I've been single for this amount of years, so I have to adjust. Like, he's like, oh my gosh, it feels so overwhelming to me that I have to respond and call and do this. But that means he's so married to his single life, but he's a husband. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Somebody can have the maturity, somebody can have the maturity, but they've been like single so long that they need time to adjust to steward in their wife. And this is where you're going to give them a period of time, right? And this is where you're gonna give them time to adjust. Honestly, I catch myself a lot of times realizing that, Queen-Esther, aren't you like talking to somebody, or aren't you like open to dating this person? Like, you should be stored in their heart, or vetting, or if you're vetting somebody, you wanna present yourself and act as a wife. You're vetting somebody, you're gonna show up to them as a wife with boundaries. I'm not talking doing no over the edge thing, right? Well, I'm pretty sure this person get lunch. You probably get lunch the same time I get lunch, so I'm gonna make time to talk to that person. I'm gonna do something kind for this person. I'm gonna check on this person. When you are single and you just focus on yourself, loving yourself, minding your business, building and all that, when a man or a woman come into your life, your brain needs to start readjusting. And this is why God always tell you to be the wife. No, okay, that's two different things. There's being the wife before you becoming the wife, and then there's realizing that, oh, I'm actually with somebody right now. Okay, so which one of these things are you doing? I don't know if anyone of y'all doing that, but that's something you wanted to highlight, that the person is a husband, right? But because he been so absent-minded from being in a relationship with a woman, he's an husband based on his maturity, his character, his parenting, his financing. He's ready and available. And the person been married in the past before already. So it's not like they don't know how to be a husband, okay? But they need time to adjust. And they were saying it's kind of overwhelming and all that. But this is what God was saying. When you present yourself as the wife, they're going to find time, because if they're interested in you, they're going to make an effort. And then God is going to start opening up their heart. Now think about it. Their job is them serving God, if you really think about it, if they're doing it unto God. So even if you have a job, it's serving. So even though he wasn't focused on a wife or whatever, he was still serving. He dedicated his time to serving. So now there's another woman, another wife, or somebody is in the picture. Now he's going to have to start readjusting his life, because his wife come before his job, right? In somewhat, basically, yeah, wife come before the job. So I'm not saying he's not supposed to work, or he's just supposed to quit his job for his wife. He's gonna make sure that she has his attention. He give her time and all that, because you can't just be clingy because you're in a relationship. And that's something, Rovan. Yes, I'm sorry about that. So if you get pregnant, then who is it? Vetting to somebody doesn't mean you're having sex. I never said sex, if that's what you're referring to. Vetting is like dating. You should not be having sex with nobody unless they're your husband. The whole point of vetting two is to see which one of them you're gonna marry. You're only supposed to be having intercourse to the person you're married to, okay? So yeah, if you kind of got what I said wrong regarding vetting two person at a time, if you don't vet people, how you gonna know who's the best one for you? So you need at least, again, God can just work a miracle. You meet this one person, but before you met this one person, I'm pretty sure there was somebody in your life before. They didn't work out, they're not the one for me, so you're on to the next. So see what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're wasting people time and playing games. That's different. That's the witchcraft I was talking about. That's not good, right? All right. Now, if you're just hung up on one man, you're gonna be putting up with a lot of stuff that you would not be putting up with if you was vetting two person. Some of you settle because you only dated one person and you think that they're the best. But then there's other men who exist that, if you was vetting two person at a time, you know that I'm not gonna put up with this. If he's doing this for me, why should I put up with that? Like, you get me? You have to know your standards and your boundaries. And again, if you just want to vet one person, then that's fine. Go ahead and do that, right? Oh no, that comment was about the wife with multiple husbands. Oh, even that too. Mm-mm. All right, Lord, what was we talking about again? You said the deal breaker should be not settling, okay? Not settling for the husband or the wife. Yeah, like, yeah, so what do you want to talk about? Oh, so I was talking about this millionaire saga. Again, the person is mature in some ways and all that, and I'm open to being his friend and things like that. But he doesn't really understand boundaries with some things, and no matter how mature I become, he just still always have this way about him that doesn't change. So that would be me settling, right? So yeah, not because you want a millionaire or because the person is a millionaire mean that is the millionaire you're supposed to marry. Okay? Does Queen Esther marry a millionaire? Yes, I'm married to a millionaire. Elohim is a millionaire. So if he blessed me with a husband, he's the one who's providing the millions. You can't steal it, married. Now he's saying they should marry a mature man that can do what? Pamper them and give them their heart's desire. Now, how many women you see married to a man and they are the one who's the man in the relationship? I done that before. Hear me out. Don't do it, okay? You're gonna forget your role as a woman.
This does not involve you yet.
Again,
It does not.
I did not do it intentionally. It happened that I had a nice government job and I was comfortable in my job. I had the house, the everything. And yeah, oh my gosh. So let me tell you what happened with that.
Bro is my friend.
You know when you are the one. Okay, so as a woman, excuse me, can you please be quiet? As a woman, and some of y'all need to enjoy some soft life. Like Queen Esther, you need a little more soft life. Lord, send me the soft life husband. Now, when I was younger, right, I had a very good job. I used to work for the government, right? So I used to make my own money. I used to make good money working with the government. I had my own house. Listen, when I was 25, I closed on my own home. Okay? And God always providing, of course. I was paying my own bills. I have money, I always buy. I'm just, I was independent. If I need something, I have money to do it. Okay, so the part where the man supposed to be that pampering for me, even if I'm a millionaire, that was out the window. Do you understand me? So as a mature adult, God was saying to me, you do know it's okay for a man to do this and a man to do that. This is why you need to teach your daughter, you need to teach your son their role. Even if you are a woman who make billions of dollars a year, you should still be open to your husband being the man to you. Making him pay for your hair, pay for your bills, pay for your clothes. Okay, some of you don't never ever experience these men before because you only dated boys. All right, and then some person you're dating just need time to grow and be on that financial level. So I'm not stepping on nobody's toe. Now with Queen Esther, when if God say you should ask, I'm not asking nobody. Okay, that's the independent pride in me. But I don't want to be no independent pride. Lord, send me the one who's gonna say, darling, you would never have to ask me. Here's your weekly allowance. Here's your monthly allowance. I'm not talking be no sugar baby. Okay, so let's get it straight. But if you watch like a lot of these podcasts and these videos, mature men in their marriage will never allow their woman to pay one bill. They would never allow their woman to pay for nothing, to beg them. Like, no, That's the goal, sister. That's the mindset. Okay, and that's not just the goal, because he need to be mature with everything else. Because he can be doing that, and that's how he's buying you to keep up with the BS that he's doing in the other realms. So you need balance. But for God daughters, you need to upgrade with the man that you desire. Okay, desire a high value man. A high value man know how to treat their woman, love their woman, not just financially, mentally, physically, spiritually. They are there. Okay, you need to start adapt to the new. Men are the provider. I don't care how much $1 million I have in my bank account. He better can provide for me. He better can pay my bills if I don't want to pay my bills, because my husband gonna pay my bills. If something happened and there's hard time, of course he can count on me to cover the bills. Now you see the difference here. And then there's some man who's just sitting down at home and the woman just paying the bill because they're in love. You better not be that fool. That's a foolish woman. Do you understand me? Know your worth, your value, and your deal breaker. Now, if you go to the Bible, and this is what God been highlighting to me, God can move their hearts to do whatever they want. He's highlighting, look at Queen-Esther, me. God moved the king heart to be Queen-Esther provider, right? Now, if you start listening to God and stop listening to your flesh, you will be open to the mature man that will do these things for you, because they are his sons. They can hear him, and he can talk to them and tell them what to do. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I can't tell you how many times God said, this person is going to do this. And I laugh. I'm like, okay. And that's something God wants y'all to know. They are doing it because he's using them to do it. So at the end of the day, God is your actual husband, if you think about it. And he's using his sons in this dimension to be the husband to you how he desire. You desire something, you ask God for it, all of a sudden your husband show up with it. You get what I'm saying? Okay, you desire a lady that's elegant and all of that, God will answer your request. But some of you men like high value woman, and then you want the woman to split the bill and pay half and half. Queen-Esther don't believe in splitting bill and pay half and half. I'm not doing that no more. No, sister. If you want Queen-Esther to be your wife, you're gonna have to have wifey money, wifey posture, wifey character. I'm not just highlighting money here. If you can't pay for my nails and my hair, what, like, you want me to go ask another man to do it? Then why are you my husband, or why are you my man? Now I'm not talking about maybe there's a struggle that happened in your marriage, but before that your husband make sure you're secure and everything. Marriage is still that do us apart. So I'm not talking that. I'm talking about stingy man that think they can have access to you and can't even pay for your hair, your nail. They can't even pay for your Uber. Now I'm stepping on some of y'all toes. The dusty man. Why should you call him dusty? Stop chasing the dusty boys who won't even pay for the meal he invites you out to. Do you understand me? If a man invite me out, he should pay for my meal. That's character. That's a gentleman, okay? Now I'm not talking about just going on a first date. Okay, you need to have standards with the man that you date. That's what your Abba is saying. Now, if you're smart and you realize that Abba is the man that you're dating, then you will listen to him and choose the husband with good judgment. If he's highlighting somebody to you that you're probably not attracted to or something, it's for a reason. So you need to be open and vet the person to see what is it that God really want me to know about this person. Okay, again, this happened to me many times. God would say, Queen-Esther, do this, do that, be open to this, be open to that. And then I'm like, right? That doesn't mean I have to marry the person. But do you understand me? Sometimes you judge a book by its cover. Sometimes you see a man, they probably, and I tell you this all the time, especially with wealthy men. Sometimes they show up regular, okay? Now, if God is highlighting somebody to you and the person just look regular, do you know this person can be a hidden mature husband and even a billionaire all in one, like he's the whole package? But because you're so in your flesh, you want the guy with the six-pack and all. I mean, God can give you all of that, but that doesn't mean he's the best man for you or your children. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these are the things he's been telling me about and highlighting, and that's why some of y'all not tapping into his dimension to receive and retrieve a real husband. Okay, it's not just about the looks. If you're looking for a husband that's mature, the looks is not number one. Looks is not key. Okay, maturity is number one. Character, and what I'm saying has boundary, because maturity is in all realms. Character is everything. Do you understand me? So you want to focus on those two things first when you're vetting versus the face. Again, you do want to go for somebody you're also attractive to, and that's why you're going to keep vetting until you find somebody you're attractive to. But do you know, like I said earlier, you can see somebody that you wasn't really physically attractive to the first time, and then the more time you spend with them, you become more attractive to them, and all of a sudden God open your eyes to find them attractive because you appreciate their other qualities. That's actually a realm. Okay, God can move your heart to do a lot of things, and that's what a lot of you don't understand. God can change your heart posture towards somebody. Like you were so focused on, oh my gosh, they're this, oh my gosh, they're that. But all along, it was you who needed to realize something. It was you who needed to mature in an area. It was you who needed to grow with maturity in something. Okay, I did that. And then one of the person still same immaturity with something. So I'm like, there's a time to let go and grow from some of the old, and then there's a time to like reevaluate and say, how can we make this better? Okay, but if it always go back to square one, then don't waste your time. You understand me? Yeah. So there's some engagement that's going to happen suddenly. All right, and it requires maturity. All right, and remember, there's an assignment for your marriage. It's not just about your flesh. Maybe God wants you to marry this person to break some bloodline curse, to break poverty, to break the no marriage in your bloodline, and all that. Okay, there's hidden things about your husband, about your wife that you don't know. Okay, what? Oh yeah, so God is saying I want them to know that I'm gonna be doing some free session today. This is your free session, all right? And for whoever want one-on-one to go deeper in what I'm saying, feel free to go ahead and book your session. And since I'm on live, I'm gonna do how much? Five $20 session today. All right. So yeah, that was not planned, by the way. But I come in here all the time and I say these things to you. I don't know if some of you really apply the knowledge that God gave you, but every time I listen to him, I always get a breakthrough. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you need maturity for this engagement. Don't think if God says somebody is your husband and they're like, but God, they're not doing this. God, they're not doing that. If God is telling you to still store their heart, you still go ahead and do that. Again, God will give them a time frame. If they're dragging their leg and their grace can be up, then God is going to say, be open to somebody else. Okay? Now, Crystal, God is saying you're going to have a sudden engagement. What, Crystal? Well, if your name is Crystal, you saw this video, you grab that, you grab all of it. Okay? All right, so Crystal, God is highlighting one of his sons for you, Tristan. Oh, and God is saying that's something that they don't know. I can highlight somebody and then they ignore me. Okay? And anything else, Lord? I want them to pass the test for the mature adult that I have for them. All right? So God is going to test you for his sons or his daughter. All right? And honestly, God gave me a lot of tests. Now, Queen-Esther, why aren't you married as yet? Hey, when I come in here with my testimony, this is going to be very interesting. Now, I used to be mad when I was in my feeling season. Like, God, every time you have me coming on here talking about marriage, you're gonna meet this person here and there, right? Every time I'm talking about marriage here and this is gonna happen, and I'm like, where's my husband, right? But I was a bit religious with that whole thing. Okay, hold on. Please give me a second. Yeah, I'm back. Lord, what was done, but again. Oh yeah, testing. He says, I'm gonna test you for my mature son and daughter. Now, what would you like me to share? He's saying, I want to see if they're really mature for the person I have for them. Okay? Marriage requires maturity. And God is not going to make you settle for somebody that you're not really attractive to. Okay? So, they might be... Now, think about it. Every single realm of maturity, they're like 9 and 10. But I'm just not attractive to them. God will not force you to marry the person. Okay? You still have His grace to get what you truly desire, but He can give you the one that you truly desire, and then you're not that compatible. So all of this has a lot of things to do with God and His grace and His mercy and His goodness. God can move somebody's heart and you still don't get married to the person, okay? But He will give you the desires of your heart. That doesn't mean the desire is God. There's your desire and then there's God's desire. But if you really think about it, everything is His desires, okay? Man, listen. Be ready for the test, okay? Be ready for the test. And do anything else, Lord? Yeah, and for whoever do need my mentorship, grab one of the free $20 session. Yeah, I'm gonna do 5 sessions today for $20. All right. But let's go back to what I was talking about. Huh? He's not really saying much. What are you doing? Oh, he's saying, didn't I say sudden engagement? That's for you as well. Then imagine if Queen-Esther come on YouTube and say, I'm engaged. Listen, I'm just going to come in agreement with the prophetic word. How many times I come in here and God said to test him? Oh, actually, it did happen. He said to me that the person is going to marry to you. Well, they did ask me to marry to them, but I'm like, oh no. I don't know about that. You get me? Like, it wasn't it for me. So I didn't settle, right? Listen, marriage is serious to me. Like, think about it. Physical attraction is also important to me. Like, I'm going to wake up mad every morning, not attracted to you. Honestly, if the person is mature, okay, I'm not gonna marry somebody just for one thing. So this is where balance come in. If I married you, boy, I want to wake up every morning and be happy to smile and do anything I want to do and all of that with joy. Do you understand me? I want to be excited to see you. I don't want to be like, oh, don't touch me. No, a lot of people that want green cards and stuff like that will settle. I literally read a story where the woman said she was with the guy. Now, here where she went wrong. Like, she was with the guy, and I do not approve these things. She was sucking up to the guy and doing immature things with the guy because he promised to marry her, and then she wanted her green card. But this is where she was the fool. Why are you sleeping with this man if he didn't marry to you as yet? You know, like, you're gonna have to marry to me first. Like, she was giving this man her body and all this wife treatment, and then the man told her to move out. He didn't marry to her, and then he withhold her stuff. Now she said, I wasn't even attracted to you or anything. I was just doing this because I wanted the green card. Like, those are the things I'm not gonna do. And again, I don't business with nobody in their personal life. Whatever floats your boat, but I don't know. For green card, for love or money. Listen, if I ain't doing it for money, I ain't gonna do it for nothing. Okay? Money is not my God, and I'm not bowing to money. But think about it. I turned on millionaires who offer me millions of dollars just because of their poor character and their behavior. I'm not gonna be with you for your money. Like, do you understand me?
Say the letter above my head.
If you're not mature, if you're not, like, you get what I'm saying? There's more to what I'm saying, but I understand what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna bow to Baal. If I'm not comfortable with something, you're not gonna make me do it because you're gonna pay me. Do you understand me? So she gave away. She said, please be quiet. She was doing all these immature things to this man that didn't marry to her, and he ended up leaving her, and she didn't get no green card, and she wasn't even attracted to the man. But do you understand what I'm saying? But yeah. Now, if what are you saying? No. No, sir. Okay. Again, I've been watching some videos online. There's maturity in some of these videos. You take what you need and you leave what you don't. I'm not in no agreement with people sleeping around for men with for money. Am I gonna judge you and all that? Do I agree with your character? I'm minding my business. Okay, that's between you and God. But I listen to the stories with boundaries, of course. And it struck me that, damn, women do all these things with men for money? Like, do you understand me? Like, if you're not my husband, you there's no way you're gonna have those access to me. And then again, some of you have a husband that's deadbeat. They ain't doing nothing for you, so you can't even complain about the woman. Like, you. This is why I'm saying there's boundaries with what I'm saying. The things women do to get money from man sexually, there's no way I'm doing that. I'm not judging nobody. I'm not stepping on nobody's toe, but that's just my character, my boundaries. Like, the man just pay you and then that's it. And then I don't know how they do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know. If we're not in a relationship, matter of fact, let's talk about me being a grown woman now. You need to be my husband or something to even have access to me. Other from to even put your lips on mine. It's a big deal for me. Okay? Somebody did try to put their lips on mine without my really permission. And it was it's like the whole day it was in my head, like, what the I can't do it. Again, if you're somebody's in a relationship, they're mature with you, then there's physical intimacy, and then there's boundary if God is convicting you not to do this thing. But if somebody and me is in a relationship, we're dating, we're married, and if I want to kiss you or whatever, and I have the grace to do that, That's fine. But I'm talking about women just doing this thing to random man because they give them money. I could not sleep at night. And then some women say, I don't have any choice. I need to take care of my children, and that's the only way. I can't judge them. Do you understand me? This is where I'm saying there's boundary with what I'm saying, but that doesn't mean I agree with what you do, but I'm not going to judge you. Like, you see the difference? Man, there's too much thing to talk about with these things. If you're my husband, and then if you're a friend or just a regular man, you should not have the same access to my body as my husband. Do you understand me? Some of y'all need boundary with some of y'all friends and some of your exes, even though you're in a marriage. You understand me? That's stepping on some toes here, okay? And some of y'all who's single, stop kissing everybody. Jesus Christ. Your mouth. Minding my beeswax. Do you know I've been single for so long, 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 and for years, years, years. All right, I don't need to talk about me. Let's leave it alone. Yeah.
If you got Robux, then follow me.
Hi, Shauna. How are you doing?
What the heck?
Elohim even saying dating are for mature adults who are ready for the next level. Okay. Now I talk about this all the time. There's husband, and then there's man. There's being a wife, and then there's being their woman. All right. So you do require maturity to being in a relationship with a man before you actually put a ring on your finger. The reason he's going to want to put a ring on your finger is because you've been mature as his woman. Now, what I'm saying has boundaries. I'm not saying to sleep with the man. No, that's for marriage. But your maturity can allow a man to want to make you his wife. All right? Don't think I'm going to wait for him to put a ring on my finger to make him a good meal. Okay? Stop thinking that I cannot press a suit of clothes for this man who I'm open to being my husband. Now, there's boundary what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to be doing wifey duty for 1 year and then he's still not putting no ring on your finger. Sage, you understand me? You need to have a time limit where I'm going to present myself as a wife to this man. If he can't make up his mind or see that I'm a wife, then he must be blind. Next. You understand me? You have to know your worth, woman, lady. All right. So again, I tell you this many times. I tell you this many times, right? If there's a candidate and God is saying like to be open to the person, okay, hold on. And God is saying to be open to the person. He can give you strategy. He can tell you what to say, right? He can tell you to make them dinner, make them lunch, and all that. But some of you, been like out of it so long that you think it's weird. You understand what I'm saying? So some of you need to work on your maturity when you're dating somebody. Now we're going in the realm of dating with maturity. You're dating this man to take your relationship to the next level. All right. So this is somebody that you're into, they're into you, and you both already spoke about marriage. Okay. But they're still vetting you to see like, am I supposed to really take the next step? Am I really supposed to put the ring on her finger? This is where you need to start being a wife. You're supposed to be a wife before before he met you, before he meets you. You understand me? So he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So you're supposed to be wifey with this man for a period of time until he put the ring on your finger. No, for him to put the ring on your finger, because you're still going to be a wife when he put the ring on your finger, because you're already a wife. But if he's just a waste man, then you're going to know, like, let me stop wasting my time and walk away. You understand me? Since I'm a wife and I'm presenting myself as a wife, you have character, and I'm interested in you. I'm going to start storing you as my husband. Now there's boundaries with what I'm saying. I'm not saying to submit to the man and do too much. What I'm saying has boundaries. God will let you know what your boundaries and your limits are. But I can wake up in the morning and make him breakfast and take it to him, or you can come to my house and get breakfast in the morning, or I can make my husband lunch, because since that's my goal and I'm a wife, I'm gonna do that. Even if we end up don't getting married, at least I know I did what I needed to do as a wife, and it wasn't me. You understand me? So if a man ever walk away, it's not because I'm not being a wife. And that's with boundaries, of course. You're not gonna be sleeping with the man and all of that because you didn't put the ring on your finger yet. There's no covenant yet. You understand me? But I'm talking regarding the maturity. You're gonna wake up in the morning. You're gonna store this heart as your husband. No other woman shouldn't be telling your husband good morning before you. No other woman should be seeing. No other woman. Your husband shouldn't be seeing no other woman face before yours in the morning. So I'm gonna wake up in the morning, get cute, and I'm gonna send him a photo. I'm gonna give him a phone call. Like, these are the things you do before he puts the ring on your finger, and that's why he's gonna want to put the ring on your finger, because you are a wife. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. All right, I can't tell you how many times, like, I will meet somebody and then God would like, oh, you should do this, and I'm like, what? Honestly, Queen-Esther, mine isn't single. Like, I'm a wife. I know I'm a wife. I carry myself as a wife, okay? I always look beautiful. I have the mindset as a wife, but sometimes I can be absent-minded with the person because I'm so focused on these other things that I'm doing. Do you understand? But there's knowing to be a wife, and then there's not knowing to be a wife. A wife know how to store their husband, store their man. You know how to cook, take care of your home, take care of your children, and a lot of one thing I kept seeing recently from men is they're crying out for emotional support from their woman. They asked the question, tell me one thing you need more from your woman, and he was like a hug, like a kiss, a touch. Ask me if I'm okay. How am I doing? And then in the comment section they would respond, but every time we ask you how you doing, you don't tell us. You act like you're too tough. And this is where you come in as a woman to know that if you're mature, if you're gentle, and you're trustworthy, he will open up to you. Okay. Now, I have men open up to me before, and I was surprised with the little small thing they gesture, they desire that they didn't get. Now, I was talking to somebody. This was a high value man. How I know this? Because God said so, right? And we was having a conversation. He said he know how to store the woman. He buy them anything. He take care of his lady. She never have to ask for nothing. But he's saying he give everything, but he never even got a gift. And I'm like, what do you mean you never got a gift? Now, I guess because he's generous and he has everything he needs. Like, I'm the provider and the protector and everything. That he give everything they desire, but I guess because I don't know. Like, this don't make no sense to me. If I have a man that say, baby, here's my bank account. I buy you anything you want. You never have to ask me. I hand you allowance every day to get your hair, your nails done. Listen, I'm popping up with gifts. Like, I don't know if I'm saying it because I'm not in it, but I want gifts. I don't care how wealthy I am. I'm going to smile if my husband bring me a gift, right? So the person also said, I just want somebody to love me for me. And yeah, and that's mature with my heart and not just want me for my money or the things I have. And when he said that, I was like, huh, that's interesting. Like, you got me? Sometimes women think man a gallus, or man just want a lot of women. But
Orange juice.
you like orange juice?
Yeah.
Okay, mom gonna get you orange juice. But sometimes, you see, when a man find a woman that they love, they will be open. And sometimes they're gonna, or if they just see you as a mature friend, they can be open to you and tell you how they truly feel. And I guess I see why men don't really open up to a lot of women to tell them how they really feel and what they truly desire. And God is the one who actually told me this before, that his sons desire, no, his sons as a heart, and they desire love and more intimacy too. You know how women expect the man to come home and honey and give them a hug and kiss and store their heart. But a lot of women think that's just a man job and that man don't need it. They actually do. And when the Lord said that to me, I'm like, huh, really? They act tough, but they have a heart. It's not that they act tough. That's their posture. That's how God created them to be. They would never want to look weak in front of their woman that they're supposed to be protecting. And this is where emotional maturity comes in. Because if your man breakdowns to you and you look at him like you're weak, then he's not going to trust you and he will never let you in his heart again. Do you understand me? So these are the intellectual conversation and things you need to be ready for with a mature man. You understand me? Stop thinking a man can't cry, or he's probably not going to cry so you can see it. But if he trusts you, he can cry in front of you. And if you see your man cry, how will that make you feel? Are you going to look at him like, ah? No, growing up, you hear boys supposed to be tough. Get up, why are you crying? That's why a lot of them hide their emotion. And I'm going to touch on the black community, especially black men. They were taught that you need to be tough and you shouldn't cry. And this is why they battle their emotion. They don't really share things. I just remember something. I met someone while traveling. He was a guy. He went through a divorce. And he never opened up, not even to his therapist, about how it really affects him and how it makes him feel like less of a man and all that because of what the other guy was saying to him and what the woman. I don't know the whole story, but he was like, this is the first I actually open up to somebody and tell them how I really feel. And I was listening to him and I asked him, does this have something to do with your drinking? Because he was drinking like excessively. And I'm talking to him and I can see that he's not immature, but he also blames himself for what happened because he was away in the army. And then you still cannot neglect your wife because you're in the army. I don't know the whole story, so I cannot really dive into it. But from perspective, if he was mature and he's in the army and he's serving, then as a mature woman, it was his wife. You can like wait and give him time. Then if you give him time and you see that he's not adjusting, he's still not giving you no attention, then that's between you and God now, right? But he beats himself up for that. And he was saying he was home and she would not be in the bed, and he knows he went to see the other guy and he would just go and drink. Like, think about how somebody feel. Like,
I started the fly.
listen, women can be very dramatic, emotional with a breakup. I'm not going to say dramatic because we have a heart. So think about how you feel and you be crying and telling your friends. It's the same with a man. Usually they don't really open up too much to women, but they would probably talk to one of their guy friend that they're close with, or they would just battle it inside by themselves and drink and do other things. So these are the things men go through, and a lot of women think that they don't need emotional support. But as soon as they come home, they're supposed to take your emotional baggage. Like, relationship, marriage, it's not a walk in the park. You need to be mature and ready. That's all I'm going to say to you. Stop thinking man and husband, even the man you're dating, don't need your emotional maturity, your love, your attention. Sometimes you say things to them and you don't get the reaction, but if you know how they smile in their heart, you would like not stop doing it. I don't know how many times you become discouraged, like you did all this for the man and this look on his face was not what you was expecting. But they are not big on the whole emotional screaming thing like we are. But if you check their heart, they're actually really happy. And then they will like do something back for you but you don't really know that it's because of that. And some of them, okay, I'm not even gonna lie. Even when I'm talking with guy as friends, they have this shutdown thing that they do where wait, I don't know, not shut down. They talk, but they don't over talk. Like they are not women. Even when I'm just having a mature conversation with an adult, I'm expecting them to respond how I would respond. I want them to respond as quick as I would respond. And then they respond and they don't say much. And it kind of throw me off like, what? I thought you was going to say this and say that. And you know what a guy said to me? He said to me, you know, what did he say to me, Lord? I don't do a lot of talking. But basically, he said something. He said, I was like, what? He said, we are more of an action person. He said, I'm more of an action person. So say you send like 10 messages and he just give you like 2 respond. But in his mind and in his heart, if you know what he's thinking, he has to do it in action, not words. They're not wordsy. I'm not gonna say every man, but the one that I've been just having mature conversation with, they're not really wordsy, but some of them can be very wordsy. Okay? But he said to me, I might not say a lot of words and things like that, but action. I'm a action. And I'm looking, I'm like, I was like, oh. This boundary with what I'm saying. I'm not saying a man should ignore you. But the way all they show up, you can see like they are more of an action person. You know, a woman would, okay, and this makes sense. Think about how God created you. A woman, you're supposed to be their fantasy. They're supposed to look at you and they have a million thoughts going through their head. They might not say it to you because they want to do it to you, with you. And this is mature things that I'm saying here. I'm not talking no weird stuff. I'm talking about a mature adult that you're dating, you're with, and all of that. Okay, you're supposed to keep them fascinated with your beauty. Unfortunately, a lot of you don't understand your role with your beauty, your elegance, the way you talk, your allure. If I tell you some things, you should listen to the Holy Spirit when He's giving you instruction on how to attire yourself, especially if you're going out on a date with a mature man. Stop thinking you should be dressing like a grandmother. Again, there's boundary with what I'm saying. Some of you might be in your conviction season and you need to cover up. That's different from what I'm saying. Now, I tell you this all the time. Even if you're dating somebody and you're open to being their wife, you need to dress for the person, not yourself. I'm not saying to walk around naked. No. But you want to keep them on you, you show up how they desire to see you. Now, I talked to many different people before in the realm of like dating. Okay, let me not. Okay, many. Few. Let's go to few. Queen-Esther barely date any person. Anyway, stop talking about me. And every single one of them likes me in a different way regarding the way I attire myself. Okay? Some like long flowy hair. Some of them are crazy about my hair like this. Some of them like elegance and dress. Some of them like elegance and sexy. Like you can't be the same woman for your new person that you were with the old. I mean, that would be very, some of the things might be similar, but they might like seeing you in natural hair while the other person like to see you in long red hair. I'm just giving an example, but I'm not lying. So you need to use good judgment with what I'm saying here. Every man of different desire. So don't go when you're married and expect him to be the same. You're going to love the same thing in the bedroom with your new husband as you did with your old husband. Everything is brand new with your new husband. Everything is new. You're going to have to learn them. You can't judge this new person based on your based on your past relationship. So that's something you need to let go off of. Stop thinking I'm gonna love the same position because I loved it with the old husband. This new husband is something different. You're gonna have to learn them. You're gonna have to teach them and all these. This is mature conversation here. This is not for children, all right? Because I'm not talking nothing immature right now. Again, there's boundaries with what I'm saying. Take your beauty seriously. When your husband see you, when the person you're dating see you, they shouldn't see you regular. You understand me? You're supposed to blow their mind when they see you. Y'all don't believe me? Go ask Elohim, okay? Now think about you having your husband, and every time he sees you, he's like, oh my gosh. Sage, how many times you see a video when and the woman be like, and the man is like, oh my gosh, I can't keep my hands off of her. Why? Because she's alluring to him because she matches his posture. All right, now how many times you see videos about the wife versus the side piece? Because like how many times you see video about the wife and the side piece and the wife look like a grandma? Because when you become a wife, sometimes you can become very comfortable. I'm not saying, first of all, your husband shouldn't have no side piece. Some men are just terrible and they're cheaters, and then there are the husband who's been begging you to dress more sexy for them, but you don't really care. So you make them see what they desire in the side piece, and this is where I'm saying this marriage requires maturity. He's not supposed to do that. But a man know his heart's desire, and if he's been begging you and pleading with you to dress nice and look nice, you make all the effort to look good for the delivery guy and the guy who's coming to hook up your TV and all of that. But when it comes to your husband, you look regular. When you're going on an interview, you dress up. You're going on a date with your friends, you look like puss back foot. You dress up and all that. When your husband come home, he sees you regular. No, don't take what I'm saying lightly. He's seeing you regular, and there's all these hot girl on the road who's actually into your husband that's hollering at him, giving him talk, and you just looking regular. Stop thinking looks doesn't have nothing to do with you keeping your man on you and being at it actually does play a part in it. If I come home to you every day and I'm not attracted to you because you don't even make an effort to look good for me, like, you get what I'm saying? As your husband, I'm just gonna be tired of it one day. Either I'm gonna divorce you, or I'm gonna find somebody else who's actually like. What do you think? Keep okay, Lord. We should start a segment on. We're gonna start a segment on these mature topics in marriage and dating. Okay. Now, what exactly do you think a man look at when they first see you? Your bank account? No. Your beauty, the way you attire yourself, your femininity. You can be very beautiful and attractive, and then he approaches you. You ain't got no femininity. You're just so masculine. He's gonna walk away. Everything plays a part. You need balance in everything. Stop thinking that there's no maturity. There's not. I just said all of that and I'm muted. Are you kidding me, Lord? Now tell me, where was I muted? I'm so mad. I was talking about femininity. Oh, man. This is what I was saying. Your beauty is very important regarding in a relationship with the man you're with. Stop thinking. Okay, so did you hear this part? Stop thinking that no, you're always being regular when it comes to your man, but you're dressing up for everybody else. Did you hear me say that? Or was I on mute when I said that? Because I'm gonna know where. Man. All right, let me say what I'm saying. When it comes to your man, even before the marriage, you cannot be regular. You cannot be regular with your beauty. You cannot be regular with your femininity. You can look good. God was saying your beauty is important. The way you dress is important. The way you carry yourself is important. A man can be attracted to you based on how you look, how you dress, but when they approach you, you're very masculine, and then they're going to walk away. And I was highlighting your femininity. Femininity can be a form of witchcraft if you're using it the wrong way. You can be deceptive with your femininity. You're using your femininity to lure somebody else's husband to you, knowing that they have a wife. And then you're just using femininity with maturity, where you're using your femininity to allocate man, to let them know that you're open and you understand the way you look at somebody, the way you touch yourself. Some of you just so rough. Like, men like feminine women. Men don't like masculine women. They're already a man. I don't know how many men I spoke with and they're like, I don't want a man. I don't want another man. I don't like women that act like they are the man and they wear the pants. You understand me? So maybe a lot of you need to work on your feminine language, your femininity. I can be masculine when I need to. No, there's masculinity even in marriage, okay? You can have masculine energy as a parent. I can have masculine energy as a leader. Like, this is I can have masculine energy with leadership and all that, but when it's time for me to be with my husband, that masculine energy better stay outside, because I need to be feminine. I need to be his light. I need to be the opposite of what he just experienced at work. I need to be his fantasy. I need to. Your femininity is so powerful, ladies. If you know how powerful you are with your femininity, you don't have to bow to man. And a lot of women chase men because they don't know the power in their femininity. You know how much power you have in just being a lady? You know how much power you have with your beauty, with your body, in your marriage?
Help me make slime.
Yeah, in a minute, okay? Now,
The blue one.
all right, mommy is live. Give me 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes. Now, if this is my husband, I'm going to fling the phone away and end the live and I'm gone, okay? I'm not saying no, give me no 5 minutes. Unless Elohim like Queen-Esther 5 more minutes. So, yeah. Now, a lot of you need please give me a moment. Give me a brief. All right. Yeah, I'm back. So, honestly,
No.
I'm kind of all over the place in this live. So, me and one of my sisters and all of you, we're going to be starting a mature, I'm going to call it a talk show. I'm the host, okay?
But it's not
And she'll be collabing with me.
working.
She's going to be in the episodes as well. So, I was already doing this, right? But she will be my co-host. Oh, she was just on here. Tijana? Yeah? So the funny thing, she brought it up to me, but I was like, that's funny. Like, I already had that thing going on already. And when I was in Jamaica, I planned on doing it. I was live with Chardonnay one time. But the internet in Jamaica is not the best. All right, so turn it off. I was thinking about Sunday, but I feel like I like the Saturday evening. So for these mature podcasts, no, talk show, where we're gonna be inviting the guests on, do you rather Saturday evening like now at like 7 p.m. or do you rather Sunday? you rather Sunday evening. So I want y'all to drop that Sunday or Saturday, and this is gonna be very mature. A lot of people is gonna get knowledge, wisdom, and just grow from it. So whatever topic God gave us, we're gonna be doing it. Now, what are we gonna call it? Kingdom marriage? Elohim, hidden glory. Okay, Elohim relationship advice. Elohim relationship advice. Elohim kingdom advice. I don't know. We work on the name, but we're gonna be diving deep. I think I had a name for it the last lives that I did, but I forgot. All right. So we're gonna listen to what Elohim have to say, what our co-hosts have to say, and what the guests, you, the audience, have to say. So we're gonna be having a talk show on the internet. All right. And when I invite y'all, don't be scared to come and share your maturity and other things. All right. So do be on the lookout for that. Anyway, I'm gonna. Oh, let me do one more shout out. Shout out to all my faithful subscribers. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone that follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. If you don't follow me on Instagram and TikTok, please do. Queen the underscore Queen underscore Esther. All right. So, and for anyone who want to grab the $20 session, 5 session for $20, uh, just email me. No, Queen-Esther, no. PayPal or Cash App, $20 with your email in the notes, and I'll send you the session details. Also, I'm doing the 5 session package for $200. I'm doing the 5 session package for $200. So if you need like a mature leadership in the realm of your dating and get into the whole marriage thing and growing in whatever area, you need the mentorship. I'm doing 5 package today, 5 session package for $200. Okay, so definitely jump on that. On your phone.
My phone, I don't have his number.
I'm gonna give you his number. Hello? Oh, can you hear me now? Somebody was calling my phone, and I guess. Can you hear me now? Oh, okay. Now, okay. I think I got my computer. Let me just drop the links in here. All right. All right, so he's saying he wants me to help some single, mature mothers tonight who might be struggling with getting a date. All right, so make sure you grab the $20 session or and grab the hold on, the mentorship package. Give me one moment. Give me 1 second. Rovan,
Hi, Dad.
all right, I'm back. All right.
Dude, that was a bunny jump scare. What the heck was that? Well, anyway, I found this guy's
Hold on.
glasses. Thank you so much for your help. I can see now. Yeah, you're welcome. That was so weird.
What?
Hey, what's going on with the... Ah, what the heck? Oh my gosh, the crate just fell on the bunny.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, but where did the bunny go? That was so
We forgot
weird.
their phone
What?
number.
I don't like this. I mean, this is freaking me out.
Yeah.
Things are getting super weird, Tyler. Is your financial... This game is
All right.
so
All right.
crazy.
So
Bye.
But we're gonna figure out all of them today.
Huh?
Let's go this way. Hey, look, Zoe, it's the forest. Is this where that kid's toy was? Yeah, let's try and look for it, Tyler. Then we can make
Just
that bunny
one.
feel better too. Look, there's the toy. Yes, we got it.
all right, everyone. I'm back.
You know,
Alright,
what?
fine.
Just fall from the sky? Is it raining bunnies? This is so weird. Okay, guys, let's...
All right. So what are we talking about again, Lord? I'm sorry for the interruption. My phone was ringing, and I wasn't answering my phone, so I thought you would still be able to hear me, but it wasn't hearing me. So rough one. Tell him that I'm on my phone. I'll call him when I'm done.
Answer thing. Just pause it while I answer. Wait, that's the engine.
Honestly, listen to me.